All right, everybody, it's before the sermon where we get to hear what Steve's going to be preaching on this coming Sunday. Steve, you're basically finished with Ephesians. That's what we're headed towards, the very last Ephesians sermon. But come on, we all want to know what's going to be after that. Why don't you tell us?
Yes, so actually what I said on Sunday was, Lord willing, we'll have one more on Ephesians. But guess what? This morning I decided, no, I'm going to wrap it up. Because we're headed into Easter, and I want to cover some things between now and Easter,
Okay.
and I just don't want to take another Ephesians week now, and I don't want to have one more out there later. So actually we're going to get into what's coming next.
Okay, cool.
After
All
Ephesians.
right.
We're in the post-Ephesians world now. I feel like this is a gender reveal party, but it's a sermon review. What's the next series going to be? Okay? And I have to reveal it today. Well, we're going to. So, man, I was thinking Romans real hard. I was thinking Hebrews real hard. I was thinking Gospel of John real hard. And I wound up somewhere else, but I'm not going to tell you quite yet. I'm going to keep it in suspense. So before we get to the real, lasting, longer next series, we're going to have the next weeks in the Gospel of John. Man, I'm digging the Gospel of John. I love the Gospel of John. It's amazing. So we're going to start out this Sunday. Here it is. We're going to start out with John chapter 6. And in John chapter 6, Jesus has some amazing interactions with his followers, and he actually winds up thinning out the flock a little bit. Like, he wasn't informed into church growth methodology. You know,
Right.
You don't want to say things that drive people away, but he did. So we're going to be in John chapter 6 this Sunday, and then let's see, we'll go from there to I think we'll have another week of John chapter 6. Then it's Good Friday. We're going to be in the Gospel of John chapter 19, the crucifixion. And then it's Easter Sunday. We'll be in the Gospel of John chapter 20, the resurrection. And then after that, we'll be in John chapter 10. And in that one, it's I am the door of the sheep and I am the good shepherd. In the other one, in chapter 6, it's I am the bread of life. So some of those famous I am statements are in there. We're going to be looking at those. So we're going to do Gospel John, Gospel John, Gospel John. And then after we're finished John chapter 10, the plan is, drum roll, pregnant pause, a little bit of suspense. Well, all right, here's a quiz for you.
Sure, I'm ready.
So take a pick. New Testament or Old? What do you think?
I think you're going Old Testament.
Oh, how did you know that?
It's just a wild guess.
Okay. Book of Deuteronomy, brother.
That's where we're
Deuteronomy.
going.
Because I just read through it in my devotional reading, and it's amazing. It's the third most quoted Old Testament book, quoted in the New Testament. It's like 44 times, I think it's referred to. It's the one Jesus quoted 3 times to the devil. So we're not going to do verse by verse and be in there 3 years, but some main things in the book of Deuteronomy. And I believe we're out of time. I've revealed it. There it is.
Yes, awesome, Steve. Well, I'll see you on the next Behind the Sermon, and can't wait for this new series.
Thanks, Sean.
Welcome.